I'm in a place right now in my life where I really want to be unhinged. And if a random colleague comes up to me and says, have you done this task I've asked you to do? Why can't I not just bark at you? Bruv.
I think there's a disease of boxing people in this country. There's a sequence. There's actually a formula.
No, there is. And that's why you know why a lot of people, after they finish their degrees, they go and do masters. Because they don't know what to do with their life. They have no idea. Because you know nothing else but the structure of school.
We procrastinate. We are lazy. Accountability sets you away from the potential of you getting to the higher
highest version of yourself. Accountability will ruin you. But when I say ruin you, it will ruin your destiny. You will die with your dreams in your grave with you.
Everything that I want, that I need in this life is already inside of me. It's up to me to now use it, to be able to say, okay, you know what, it's either time.
You don't know your potential, but because you never put yourself through the fire, you don't know how beautiful you are.
I think people put other people in a particular role. They play that role.
They play the
for
role
so long in their life.
And
then as they are playing that role, they are regretting the role that they are playing.
I feel like there are parts of myself that I have neglected because of what society expected of me. If everyone is cheering me on and cheering me on and cheering me on and cheering me on and cheering me on, but I know something deeply inside of me is wrong, I need to get off that train because the end will not serve me.
That's why they toss people around like toys.
Anyhow,
this one will give you validation, we will rush to that one.
You got what I mean?
This one will give you validation.
I need to go this way.
Then they'll just be tossing you like ping pong.
You are a spectacle of a human being. You have the power to change the trajectory of someone's life. You have the power to show up as the most authentic version of yourself, and it changes rooms. You are. Period.
Welcome back to another episode of Word of Our Own. I believe this might be episode 12.
I have no clue. I have no clue what episode this is.
I think
I lost track.
Me too.
That means we're in the thick of it now. There's no going back for us.
There's no going back.
We're in the middle of it. Like, we're podcasters now, Sev.
I mean, we can...
Wait, can we actually call ourselves podcasters? I don't even think we've done up to 20 episodes. I think we're on episode either 16 or 17. We're close to 20. Once we get to 20, we have to celebrate.
Okay.
We have to. I have no idea what episode we're on. But we're podcasters!
Sam, this is a...
We can actually claim it now. No, we can't. I feel like not until episode 20, or 50, we're not allowed to claim that. Oh my God, Sev, we are
50
podcasters.
is a drag, though.
I think we're podcasters, Sev. I don't know, like this, I don't know, this feels like home to me, you know? I was meant to say this last week, but this actually kind of feels like home to me. It feels like I'm here and we're gathering our people. Every other week, we're gathering our people to have a conversation. We're going to yap about God knows what, but we're going to yap about something.
We have to.
Before we go any further, I am your one and sometimes chaotic host, Sam.
And I am Omoba. Say.
Yeah, that's right. And if you are new here, this is the World of Our Own podcast. This is a space that me and Sev created to put the gift of friendship on a worldwide platform. Because we need more spaces where we can intimately share the complexities and the roller coaster that is life in a space that is safe, welcoming, and also just...
Authentic.
I need another authentic. Yes, thank you.
English is not my first language.
And that is what that space is for us. And we're hoping that is what that space is for you as well. I'm in a place right now in my life where I'm in a mood. I don't know, maybe I need to get checked out by a doctor. I'm in a mood where I want to be, like, I really want to be unhinged. Like, I just, like, say for example, you just... Like, say you see me randomly in church and you'll have, like, you'll be like, yo, Sam. I'll just stare at you.
Where is this coming
Because free will. Free will. I feel like as humans, we're not tapping into the power of free will properly.
So that I don't care attitude.
Well, not just I don't care. Just the fact that I can do whatever I want. And you can't do anything about it.
So if somebody say hello, hi, I just stare at them.
I can just stare at them. I'm in a weird place where I'm like, okay, why have I been behaving the way I've been behaving my whole life? Like, why is this the way I choose to... I'm just in a place where I'm aggressively destroying social norms in my life. That's where I'm at right now.
That's a big one.
I'm aggressively destroying social norms. So I'm kind of doing more unhinged things than what a normal unhinged person would do. Do you understand what I mean? So say, for example, I'm at McDonald's and they're taking my order. I would just randomly moan.
That is aggressively breaking up.
Hey, can I take your order, please? Sam, what kind of stupid or serious meat am I into that? I don't even know. That's what I did. Like, because why not? Like, why actually not? Do you get what I mean?
You don't do it.
Why?
Why should you do that?
Literally, why not? Just, hey, can I take your order? I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me.
This is not an episode.
Because if you think about it, it just brightens up the person's day. It's just like, okay, and then the person who's taking my order will go home to his wife and just be like, oh, there was a weird guy today at McDonald's. He was just moaning on the thing. And I just feel like we're not using our free will enough. Like if a random colleague comes up to me and says, have you done this task I've asked you to do? Why can't I not just bark at you? Ruff.
Dude, we just take it to psychiatric and inject somebody. Sam, don't do this. So
Ruff.
rough.
Oh, did you get my email?
Oh, God.
Sam, what's wrong with you? You know this is why people hate male podcasts. Because you have nothing stupid to talk about. I'm just talking about stupidity.
Is the McDonald's?
Maybe. And I've been fasting today, so I don't know where this energy's come from. Maybe that's why. Because I've not eaten anything. Maybe it's just going to my brain.
You know what, guys? Right now, we are getting into the quote of the week. And I am doing the quote of the week. The quote of the week is, if you get on the wrong train, get off at the nearest station. Right? The longer it takes you to get off, the more expensive the return trip will be. For me, the first thing that comes to my mind when I read this is every little step matters. The quicker you're able to reason about stuff, the much better you're able to save yourself from certain things. You get what I mean? So, like, because if it takes longer to make decisions, because it just goes down to a lot of people as well, in terms of whatever you're doing at this stage of your life, every step matters. Every decision, every small step matters. So take that step. Don't overthink it. Because overthinking is not a good thing. Overthinking is a delayer.
There's so many things you can look at and be like, this is the reason why I will fail, if that makes sense. Or this is the reason why I may take a wrong direction. This is the reason why if I take this step, what I'm going to do isn't going to work out. And it's so crazy because for me, it's just this thing about fail fast, succeed faster, if that makes sense. The more you try things, the quicker you try something, the quicker you'll fail. And the quicker you'll find your way to success, if that makes sense. Yes, there are many things that you can do to make yourself not fail, but kind of weighing yourself down with those details is just going to make you not start in the first place. I think there's a lot of things that a lot of people want to do these days, but because of a failure, they're unable to start.
Oh, yeah. But in whatever you're doing, taking action saves you a lot. Why did I say that? Because majority of the time I see this within even people that are even looking for jobs, right? If you see a senior role, I promise you, don't be scared about whatever title you see. Maybe because I don't really care about titles.
Yeah, you say this all the time.
Bro, like, apply. Even if you just finished, you know, when I came into this country, the idea was always, as a student, this is a bracket. You know, I think there's a disease of boxing people in this country. There's a sequence. There's actually a formula.
No, there is. And
then let me now shock you.
It's a formula of slavery, but go on.
Let me now shock you. Right? There is a pedescope that they can reach and they can't bypass it.
As
like
they can't
go beyond it. And for me, right from time I've always I never liked limitation anyway. So I always tell myself, no, I will never be in that kind of box. The system can never box me. So
facts.
You can't, bro. I've realized something. You can determine that you will never be boxed by this country, and you will never be boxed by it.
Yeah, but it's the way that you see yourself. And I think that's the thing. And it's so crazy because when you were mentioning there's a system in this country. And I think in general, there's just a system of slavery. And don't mistake what I mean by slavery. I'm not talking about racism or anything like that. I'm talking about slavery instead of with the whole education system and the way work system works. We are built, it's like we're chickens in a hen cage, right? And we're being fed all our lives for a purpose, to be slaughtered and to feed the man at the top. And that's the same way I see the way the corporate and the educational system works in this country, and even in a lot of places in the Western world. You're just a hen. Throughout your education system, you're being fed that this is what you need to go and do. This is the way that you need to go.
Our life is structured.
You need to make sure that there's enough security for you. You need to make the safe choices to ensure that you can hold yourself and ensure that you just have to feed into the system. Do you understand what I mean? And then you graduate, you come up the system, and you're told that this is how much you can earn because of this is how much experience that you have. And I feel like
and you're being paid enough to survive.
You're being paid just enough to survive. And it's crazy because that's just the way, because they need people like that. My thing is, in this community, we're not going to be people like that. And there's something that if me and Sev share something within ourselves, we're going to give it out to you. And if you find yourself in a trap where it's like, oh my God, and that's the thing, no one prepares you for the reality of that. When you finish school, like, all your brain knows is, okay, like, I need to find, because school is a system, right? It's a way, it's been structured in a way that it works in an organized way. So your brain is used to being put into an organized structure. And the next thing after school, and that's why you know why a lot of people, after they finish their degrees, they go and do masters, because they don't know what to do with their life. They have no idea.
No idea, bro.
The amount of people when I was on uni, oh, what are you doing after? I'm doing a masters. And I didn't judge them. For me, it was just like, raw, like, our safety net is gone. Once uni is done, there's no more education. Unless we choose more education. These people are not really scholars. They don't care for school. But yet you're going to do a master's because you know nothing else but the structure of school. The mystery of the world of you're being, and that's why the whole educational system scares me, because you get kicked out into this big wide world that you have no idea about. And school didn't set you up for that.
You barely even use what you learn.
You barely even use what you learn.
I've never done Pythagoras theorem.
I have never felt, if it wasn't for the facts, because guys, I studied pharmacy, and basically when you study pharmacy in university here, you have to do a year training course. If it wasn't for that year training course, I would have been so lost. I had no idea what to do with myself. Because I was like, wait, okay, what do you mean there's no one telling me what exam to study for? What do you mean there's no grand course at the end of the year that will prove my worth and that will prove my ability? Do you understand what I mean? Or a piece of written document that I can submit to say, this is how good I am. This is how much I've listened in class. Do you understand what I mean? This is how much I serve your system. Do you get what I mean? So I think for a lot of people, when they finish university, a lot of people were like, oh, I'm going to do a master's, because they had no idea what they want to do with themselves. That's how so many people, they'll do a master's. Okay, I'm going to do my doctorate now. What you're doing is you're just building up suffering for yourself in the future. Because you're afraid of facing the big bad world, because that's what it is. Let's be so honest. It's hot soup. I can't lie. Real life is hot soup.
I agree.
Because you're afraid of facing the big bad world, okay, let me study more. Let me study more. Because you wanna submit yourself to that educational system because it's a safe place. It's so safe. And that's something I want to reject in my life. Comfortability will ruin you, and your life may look good, your family may look good. Okay, the money, a safe amount of income may be coming in, but when I say ruin you, it will ruin your destiny. It will ruin the kind of the the things that you're called to. And I'm not just talking about things that are outside a 9 to 5. I feel like some people can be called to a 9 to 5 and they can be making an impact where they are. But they're not doing things the traditional way. We're going into all these old companies and we're buying and selling into their old traditions that they've had for years and years and years and years. Whereas you are being sent to that company to stir up a new direction for things. You're stirring up a new way of things. I can use a very good example, right? Mr. Beast, he has a chocolate company. It's called Feastables, yeah? And basically, when he first came, so he's a major content creator. We all know and love Mr. Beast, right? So when he first came into the chocolate business, he realized that the chocolate business was built on the backs of children working in farms and being underpaid. And he basically found out that whole industry and the way that it's always been is underpaid children farming cocoa beans for these companies who are making billions of dollars, enough to pay these children enough money. Do you understand what I mean? He came into the system, he found out how he works, and he said, me and my company, we are gonna, first of all, we're driving out the children. We're not making children work for coffee beans. And if children want to work, we're gonna pay them what they're worth, if that makes sense. So he started this whole, I might be like saying the whole story wrong, but essentially he's changing the way that whole industry works. That is what I mean by dream big. I feel like even as a small person who goes into a 9 to 5, if you're tapped into who you are, if you're doing the work to find out what do I have to offer this world, you can change the trajectory of an industry. But the way we've been raised in the educational system makes us feel like we don't have that power. And we have to buy that power back. It's the structure that has sucked that power from us. It makes us think that we must always submit to structure. Because that's my point. That's why people go and do the masters. That's why people go and do the doctors. Because they're because they're too
one of
afraid.
their languages, they will tell you that's how we've been doing it.
That's how the facts. That's what they said to Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast went into his offices and he said, guys, like, you have the money to change the way this is done. So why do you do it this way? Oh, that's just how it's always been done. Jesus Christ. That's generational curses.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the way it is?
I mean, bro, we've been living in it.
Generational. That's just the way it's done.
There's so many things that has been, we are all just following. I mean, we've said this thing. Everybody's just following a pattern.
Yeah.
We are all following what somebody else has done.
Yeah.
Even the book we read, the courses we do in school, was all written by somebody.
Definitely.
Somebody decided one day and rose up
with a perspective, by the way.
Exactly.
And that's what scares me about all this stuff.
And we all go, everything
with a political perspective, emotional perspective.
We don't know what the person was thinking.
We don't know what they were thinking. We don't know what your influence was coming from.
Exactly. You don't. Whatever the person was thinking, whatever the person thought about, is what is being taught to us.
Yes.
For us to learn. In school.
Yeah. So guys, please share this space. I know you guys hate hearing this because it's like we're selling ourselves, but honestly, I honestly think this space is needed in the podcast space. And I want you guys to share it all over the world. And it helps us on the YouTube algorithm when you like the video and when you leave a comment. Not only that, please share it with the people that you love and know as well. And if you're on Spotify, share,
like,
and rate
5 stars.
Yeah. Make sure you're rating us 5 stars and you're leaving a comment on Spotify as well. Do you know how much times I've changed? And we're just buying into things that like, oh, this is just how it's always been. Hell no.
Right, and that's the thing. I've had this issue at where I was working, whereby, me.
You told me about this.
Because they have a structure of how they do stuff.
Yes.
Your idea means nothing. And this is so sad, whereby, and it's always those, I don't want to say old men.
No, it is. That's called what it is.
It's always those
middle-aged white men.
Me soul. Son, I did not say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're the bane of our existence right now.
So it's like, there is a structure of how they do things.
Yes.
And they just want to stick to that structure. Because nobody wants change.
Nobody wants change.
I think people are scared of change. Because it's uncomfortable.
Also, I think it's pride. Do you know what?
It's uncomfortable.
But also, I think it's pride, Sev, Because deep here, it's the fear of replacement. I don't want to be an elder that's now jealous of young potential because it's like, my time has passed. Oh, I despise that insecurity with a passion. Yep. But I can understand the temptation of that insecurity. The temptation to be like, wait, all these young people are coming up. They have new strength. They have new brains. They have new potential. They're thinking of doing different things. Okay, how do I still make myself feel valuable? How do I still make myself feel valuable and important? By belittling what you believe. By telling you what you believe is wrong because it's not the way we've always been doing things. That's how I still make myself feel important. That's wickedness. I'm so sorry. Wickedness. That's wicked. Pure because wickedness. There's a blessing and there's a freshness that youngness brings. Yep. And even when we grow up, I think we spoke about this in the work episode, like one of our earlier episodes when we were saying that, like, as much as we have our own systems, we have to be open to what the young generation is bringing. Yes. Because they are there for a reason. Times change for a reason. Yes, there are ways that things have been done, but there is a freshness that they bring with the time that they are bringing with them at the end of the day. And we have to be open to that. Who am I to be jealous of the freshness that you bring? And I think that's what a lot of people in these big companies do, It's like
they reject new ideas.
And the thing is, they know life has been sucked out of them. They are very aware of the facts that life has been sucked out of them. Let me do the same evil to you. I don't trust people.
And they'll put you in a box.
They will put you in a box. They will give you work that makes you feel fulfilled, but they know that you're just wasting your life. They are very aware that you're going to get to their position and look back and be like, actually, it wasn't worth it. Yep. So, especially now, I make a choice to tell young people, if there's something I'm experiencing in real time about just career and work, I make a very conscious effort to be very raw and honest about my true experience of it. So they know. I will not sell you lies. Oh, yes. So you can get into my position and be like, so this is the adulthood you were talking about.
No one told me about adulthood like this.
We were sold dreams and lies. Oh, you have to... Remember when you were younger, your parents will tell you, oh, you're a child. You have to be an adult. Liar! You didn't tell me all the pain and suffering that came with adulthood.
The whole thinking. Rubbish. Money will come in and it will disappear.
It just went like that. Stupid money that I didn't even ask to be responsible for. When I was younger, everything was given to me. And now you want me to be paid for everything.
Money comes and go.
Adults, I'm sorry, all of you baby boomers, wicked and bad. Every single one of you, I don't even care. If I go and tell your mother I'm dad, you're wicked and bad. Because why do you tell me to be Peter Pan? I don't want to grow up. What is growing up is really something else. It's really something.
Everyone is going through stages.
And that's what I've realized. I feel like a lot of adults now actually, maybe let me not say adults because we're adults.
I'm not.
I feel like a lot of let's say our parents' generation or even older maybe. I feel like a lot of them resent their adulthood. A lot of them resent their adulthood.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
And what I mean by that is they realize that.
But they use this phrase.
What phrase? Go.
If I was at your age, like something in comparison.
That's how you know they resent your adulthood. I'm so sorry.
I can't really remember the phrase.
If I had the opportunity you have now,
or if I would have. If I was, if
I was in your position,
the way your system is right now, if I was in this same system that you're in,
this is what I would have done.
I would have. But that is the thing.
What?
You would have still been the same. In fact, there's a possibility that you might even be worse than me. Because the way of... one thing I say is... The system...
No. Baby boomers and parents, listen up, because I think this one's for you.
Oh, bite your
I think this one's for you.
Because the system also shape you to how you are right now.
Like, it doesn't make sense. If you were in my position, no, you would have done the same thing.
you were back then is what shaped you to how
you might have been worse. And that's why you were born before me, baby.
That's why
you wouldn't have handled this time.
Because you wouldn't have.
I'm bodying it.
Not everybody can handle this time. The system you were in, you even did damage. Imagine him now being in my system. You will not even be able to come back out of that damage.
It's so crazy because if I was in the same position that you were in, baby girl, you did damage in your time. What's this? How you want to do damage in my time?
And I can't even do damage in my time.
I can't even do that.
Despite the
not even to the level that you did. Sometimes when I hear some of our parents' stories, I'm like, you that's in church today, we only thank God. The way God has helped you is the way He's helping me. Leave me alone.
We're all in this together.
Well, facts. We're all in this together. I honestly think it comes from a place of regret and resentment.
Yep.
And I don't want to be, as for some, I'm not saying for all of them, I'm saying for some people who use those kind of phrases, I don't want to be an adult that resents my adulthood.
Yep.
Or that regrets my adulthood. And now I'm leeching on the younger generation. Ew. That's disgusting.
It is.
And I'm taking them from their destiny. What?
Yep.
Just so I can feel more important and secure in myself. That's weird.
Oh, fact.
I would rather empower the younger generation so they can impact into me. I don't stop evolving.
I don't think people
just because my age is up doesn't mean I stop evolving.
Oh, bro. You're hitting the nail on the wood, bro.
That's why when I'm on TikTok and I'm seeing 50-year-olds reinvent themselves. Yes, as you should. Why must life end after you're 40? Why must you be stuck in your way after 40? No, reinvent yourself.
What you just said just now has to do with the reasoning. It has to do with what you think of yourself and how you see yourself.
Yes.
Because you can only start competing with the younger generation when you don't see yourself above.
That's true.
Right? And
That's true.
one thing is that one thing about mentality is you fight against what you don't need to fight. Rather than learning from what you need to. Because it's important. Learning is being superior is not about you teaching. It is about you also receiving the ability to be able to learn from people.
Absolutely.
So it's not because one thing which I do tell myself as well, I don't want to be in a position whereby I feel like I'm the guy at the top.
Yes.
I still want to be able to learn. In fact, what if I have children? I want to be able to learn from them.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Tell me your ways.
Yes.
Show me your ways.
Yes.
Let's go and do things together.
Yes. That's why that's why some people hire young talent. But some people hire young talent as slaves, as in we just want to use you for work. But that shouldn't be why you hire young talent. You should be hiring young talent because of innovation. That is where your innovation comes from. And it really pisses me off when young talent is hired and you're just another bolt in the system. That's what pissed me off.
You're a plus one.
Do you know what I mean? That's what really pissed me off about my corporate job. And it's crazy because let me not get into details because it's crazy because I was being mentored by someone high up in the company. Guys, high up.
Wow.
Think as high up as it gets. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to go into details. But high up, Sev. And this man, in a very demure way, told me, it's kind of difficult for you to be this because you're just a cog in the machine.
Jesus Christ.
When I tell you my life flashed, this is my first ever corporate job. I was telling them about what I dreamed about my future role in that company, right? And yes, it might have been a bit outlandish. However, for him to just reality check me like that, which fair enough. I think
wake up.
He was just trying to be like realistic. Like obviously, I don't want to oversell you. Do you understand what I mean? So for him, he was just being realistic, but it did something to me.
Is the way you say it did something?
It did, because something switched instantly.
Inside of you.
Instant. I was like, oh no, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. I'm not a cog.
I'm not a cog.
I will nenever be a cog in my life.
I'm not settle for a cog. Lie.
And my whole being instantly rejected what he said. Because I was like, thank you. Because actually you made me realize that this is not where I'm supposed to be.
Wow. Because I went to Romford, you know that booth in Romford?
Yes.
There was a lady that was trying to help me print out something, and she hated the job. And I looked at her, I said, why don't you leave? Bro, just leave.
What did she say? Or did you say that to her?
I said, you think I say it out.
Okay.
I said, leave. Like, just, but she said it in a way whereby she has family. That's an excuse. I still, personally, when I hear stuff like that, if you're angry about where you are, and then for you to take a step is because of my family. Your family will continue to live in regardless. Take a step that will better your life.
Yeah.
And when you better your life, do you think your family will not recognize that betterness? People give excuses to not move.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The excuses, part of our excuses is my family, my family,
It's always things that actually sound justifiable. They sound, it sounds good. Oh, your family, I get it. You're fine. Yeah, you can continue being mediocre. Of course you can. Oh, your family, oh no, absolutely. You look mediocre, you sound mediocre, continue, stay like that.
Thumbs up.
Get it. I get it.
You make a lot of sense.
In fact, you're the best person in the world. You care so much about your family. I love you. In fact, you're a great human being.
Love from above.
Oh, you will die with your dreams in your grave with you. Oh,
Sam, don't say that.
Because of family that will be looked after. I'm so sorry. I think maybe because I've not faced much quote unquote suffering in my life. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I'm just too much of a dreamer, right? But what I'm confident about is that, fam, sometimes things are not as bad as we make them up to be in our head. Your child will be fine.
I agree.
Your child will be fine.
They will not die.
It's even those, you're too comfortable.
Yep.
You're too comfortable. It's even those stresses that you may even put your family through that may build you to who you need to be. You don't know your potential.
Yeah.
But because you never put yourself through the fire, you don't know how beautiful you are.
Ooh.
That's how they make glass, bro.
Samo,
come on now.
You're saying a lot of good stuff. You're saying a lot of good stuff. You're saying a lot of good stuff.
Until you put fire through, and until you put glass through fire, you don't know how pretty that thing can be.
Yep.
Stress. It sounds mad cliche. It is pressure that makes diamonds.
Oh yes. Ooh, yes.
It is the audacity that I have today is as a result of pressure.
Oh yeah.
The authenticity and the realness that people keep telling me that, oh, by the way, bro, I watched the pod. Like, how are you able to be that authentic on camera? Like, how do you not like how you that yourself? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It's the pressure I've been through.
Yes.
If it wasn't because of the pressure I've been through in my life, I wouldn't be who I am today.
I agree. You know, one thing I would say is people are just comfortable in their laziness.
That's a scary reality. I can't lie to you.
I'm not just speaking to just people alone. I'm speaking to myself. We procrastinate. We are lazy. We are so comfortable in whatever we are.
Good, but it's wicked,
bro. Like every single person has a level of comfortability that doesn't make them move away from where they are right now.
Yeah. It's
wherever you are right now, like if you really genuinely look at it, you can do much more better than where you are. Comfortability sets you away from the potential of you getting to the highest
version of yourself.
Because if you're too comfortable,
why would you reject that?
If you're too comfortable, you start getting stinky. You start getting these cobwebs.
You will decline.
If you're too comfortable, you will not see the reality of yourself. If you're too comfortable, you're killing a lot of virtues inside yourself. It's like okay, look at it properly. If you're too comfortable, what you're doing is every potential you have inside of you, you're putting it in a room and locking it. As you're seeing it, you're putting it in a room and you're locking it. Yeah. So as you're locking all these things, you will never be able to see enough to see what you have in your bag.
Yeah.
Imagine having a bag full of money and you don't see the value of those things. And you cannot even take from your own self to better yourself. Meanwhile, it's already in you.
It's in you.
This is what I say. This is what I say to myself. Everything that I want, that I need in this life is already inside of me. It's up to me to now use it. To be able to say, okay, you know what? It's about time, Remy. Let's use this one. You have all the cards. It's laziness of using the cards you have. And I'm not speaking to... I'm not speaking to just anybody. I'm speaking to myself first.
I hear you. It's a lack of respect for evolution. And even when we're talking about it in the same sense of why am I so comfortable, it's that belief that I cannot evolve. And you know what? That's why I was saying at the beginning of this episode, oh, I actually have chills thinking about this. I want to be more unhinged because...
Sam, don't start with that one. But no. This is not about unhinged anymore. This one is psychiatric. That one is psychiatric.
I will say this. The reason why I feel like there are parts of myself that I have neglected because of what society expected of me.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm trying to say. What if I'm so comfortable with the way I am because
that's what I expected of you?
I don't respect evolution in the sense of I don't think there's anything beyond the Sam that I am now. How much of myself have I given up because I'm content with the one I've presented with now? Why am I not questioning myself?
I think people put other people in a particular role. And then they play that role for so long in their life. And then as they are playing that role, they are regretting the role that they are playing. It will get to a point whereby even they themselves, they will be questioning, why did I even take this role initially?
Absolutely.
Because it was never my role. I'm just playing this role because it was required from me. Majority of people don't even know that they are playing the role that they are not meant to.
Absolutely.
So they are in a film that they are not needed.
Absolutely.
But they keep playing.
Absolutely.
But because they feel like it just looks good.
Yeah.
It just looks good to be in that role.
It's exactly what that quote is. It's exactly what that quote is. So you got on a train of a role and you realize this doesn't feel right, but you just stayed going because it's comfortable, bro.
All along,
you just stayed on, and you know you're going in the wrong damn direction. But like, I can't get off. The train is moving. I will die if I get off. I'm too used to this.
You're too comfortable within that.
Oh my God.
And if it feels right.
It feels right.
You know, the thing is...
Because people are smiling.
People are smiling.
Because people are pleased.
People are riding on it.
They're happy. They're cheering you on. Surely if they're cheering me on, I should be on the right ride.
It feels good. It feels that's where I'm meant to be.
Christ. Surely if they're cheering me on, I must be on the right track. Hell no.
You're not meant to be there.
Hell no. The only person that knows you're on the right track is you. Because they're cheering you on doesn't mean you're on the right track. You're fulfilling what they need for themselves, not what you need for you. The only way people are truly served by you is if you are showing up. You've done the discovery to be who you were made to be.
Fact.
I don't care. If everyone is cheering me on and cheering me on and cheering me on and cheering me on and cheering me on, but I know something deeply inside of me is wrong, I need to get off that train.
Oh, yes.
I don't care how many people are going to be unhappy. I need to get off that train.
Yep.
Because the end will not serve me.
And fun enough, in this life where we are at, you cannot please anybody.
No.
Your parents,
their expectations will
family,
change.
No, but you cannot, because everybody expectation will increase as you're increasing.
Yeah.
So you cannot please anybody.
Yeah.
The only person you can please is yourself. Even you yourself, you can't please yourself.
You can't please yourself. It's actually a choice to be content with yourself.
Exactly.
That's the choice we make every day.
That's the thing. So you cannot please people. You can only, work with people and see them see you in the new light of yourself, rather than trying to please everybody or trying to make them accept you. I don't need anybody to accept me. I don't need the acceptance of people. I don't need people to look at me and say, okay, yeah, this is
we approve of you.
No.
We approve of you.
No one is to, I don't need anybody's validation. I don't need anybody to come and tell me, oh, you look handsome. I already know I look handsome.
Facts.
You don't need anybody to come and tell you that, oh, you're gonna be big tomorrow. No, I know I will be big.
I
because
bet know that for myself.
There's so many times I look into my mirror and I see, I've even seen myself greater before that I become great.
Or I will buy into your idea of greatness.
That's why people that seek for validation from people, they are being tossed around. They toss people. That's why they toss people around like toy.
Anyhow,
because then this one will give you validation. We will rush to that one.
You got what I mean?
This one will give you validation.
Oh, I need to go this way.
Then they'll just be tossing you like ping pong.
To and throw.
Tossing you like ping pong.
Go on,
and that's
finish.
the problem. The problem is you will never be satisfied if you need validation, because you constantly need it in every single of your journey.
And it's always going to change.
And it's always going to change.
It's always going to be someone else. And even if it's the same person, the idea and perception and expectation is going to change.
Fact, bro.
Everything you're saying reminds me of two things. It reminds me of this video I saw, and I'm actually going to play it. I'm going to add it to the editing, and I'm going to play it for you right now. And we're going to talk about it. But also, very specific Bible reference here, guys. So Moses, at the time, there was a time where he was in Egypt, and then a lot of drama happened in Egypt, and then he ran away, right? Because he killed someone. So he fled Egypt into some other next area, and God met him where he was in the wilderness. And God sent him on assignment back to Egypt to free the people of Israel from Egypt. And he asked a specific question at one point. He said, "Who shall I say you are?" when they ask who sent me, I think. And God said, "Say I am that I am." And the reason why that rings in my head is because there was a phrase that was coming as you were speaking, and it was just "you are." And that I am that I am, for me, I don't know if it's the literal meaning or definition, but I remember there was a point where when I was studying it, and I was like, oh, I am that I am basically is I am. That's it.
It's infinity.
It's infinity. As in, there's nothing that I'm not.
There is nothing that I'm not.
In the sense of, if I need God to be this at this time, oh, I'm already that. If I need God to be that, oh, I was always that. Since time. It wasn't when you asked me to be that, oh, I've been that.
I've been that.
I am that I am. I created the whole universe, bro.
My present that you're seeing is not just, I'm way beyond that.
And I'm just deep, and I was like, wait, if we were made in the creation of God, I am as well.
Oh yeah,
you are.
Oh bro, you're a carrier of him, bro.
And this is why it reminds me of this video. I'm gonna play it right now. I'm gonna put it up in the edit. Are you ready, guys?
I think you're gorgeous. I think you're powerful. I think you don't even know how powerful you are. I think you're learning how to harness your power. I think you have all the tools you need to cultivate the life that you want, and you're learning how to utilize them better. I think that you're perfect exactly how you are. I think you're exactly where you need to be. I think that you need to calm down, breathe. I think that you don't need to prove anything to be validated, to be worthy of love and existence. I think your existence is the validation. I think you make every room you walk into better. I think you need to obsess less about figuring it out. I think you need to worry less. I think you need to worry less about your worrying. I think you embody love, fire, and everything in between, everything under the sun, and it's all right. I think you don't make mistakes, you just get more wisdom. I think you're going to right your wrongs. I think you're going to enter a transformative healing process. I think you're going to break through. I think you don't need to wait to celebrate, you can celebrate now. I think everything you're looking for is already inside of you. It just needs some watering and attention. I think you're marvelous. I think you're joyous. I think you're crazy. I think you're wild and everything in between, and it's all right. I think you're human. I think you're so powerful, it's freaky. I think you need to appreciate the highs and the lows. I think they're the same. I think the more you accept your low points, the more you get highs. I think you're a spectacle of a human being. I think everything's getting better. I think everything is as it's supposed to be. I think nothing's wrong with you. I think you're learning to trust the process. I think you're learning to trust yourself. I think you're learning to trust your mistakes, trust your glory, trust everything. I think you're learning to choose you unapologetically. I think you have so much love to give, and you're gonna give it. I think you're motivated by love, not revenge. I think you're amazing.
When I saw that video this week, I was like, the one line that really sticks out to me, so much of it sticks out to me, but the one line that plays in my head a lot is that I think you're a spectacle of a human being. Because you bloody are. This world can make you feel so tiny, so small, because there's so much. And and logically, because of how big the world is, I guess you could say you are small, but you're not.
You're not.
You're so
you are
big.
You're valuable.
You are and I think that's why people don't seek more, require more of themselves, or think there isn't more of themselves to give. You are a spectacle of a human being. You have the power to change the trajectory of someone's life. You have the power to impact. You have the power to show up as the most authentic version of yourself, and it changes rooms. You are Period. I think when we wake up and realize that we walk differently and the earth receives us differently, it really is a spiritual thing. You are. But until you wake up and believe that, you will continue to choose comfortability.
Oh, yes.
You will continue to choose mediocrity. You are anything you need to be to rise up to the occasion that is called the story and the fullness of your life. You are. Yep. And you have been that from the day of your birth.
Your environment is too familiar with you, but to the point whereby they can pull you away from the potential that you have within you.
100%.
In fact, your environment can be your hindrance. In fact, not just even that. Your environment is not just the friends you have. Your environment can be the families you have.
Yes,
they
absolutely.
Can pull you back, because there's a lot of even all these streamers that their parents almost stop them from becoming what they want to be.
Fam, even going back to Mr. Beast, mum wasn't on it, bruv.
Of course.
Mum was not on it. Mum was pissed for years. Like, what you, because he wouldn't do his homework. That man was a rebel. He wouldn't do nothing. He said, Mum, I'm doing videos. From the age of 11, Mum, I'm doing videos. I'm doing videos. That man stayed up day and night, I promise you, and he studied YouTube. He studied it to a T. He said he would be on a Skype call with his friends that he works with now. From morning to late, he will sleep, he will wake up and do the same thing. That's all he knew, was to study YouTube. That's because he said, no, Mum, this is what my life is for. This is what I'm doing. And that man is changing Earth. Earth is hungry for him. The amount of kids that will find relief because of the business that he opened, because he's changing the chocolate industry. Doesn't matter what industry it is. The earth needs you. He knows that the earth needs him.
Wow.
And maybe for him, it might not be as spiritual as we're making it seem, but it's so crazy how even people who aren't people of faith tap into these worldly principles, that they realize that my body called me to something and I listened, because it was always on the inside of him. His mum has a house now. His mum is retired. His mum doesn't work. Mum is enjoying life.
Of course. What do you expect?
Mum that used to shout at Mr. Beast is living life.
How come? Why not?
You should see her in every photo, she's just smiling. You that wanted, don't forget you that wanted to stop him. What if he listened to you? What if he listened to you?
Fact, imagine if he had taken, I don't want to. And he followed what Mum said.
Followed what Mum said. I really hope this episode wakes someone up. That's really my hope, honestly.
That's what I'm...
And I want us to have an elevators community where we push each other to be the absolute greatest version of ourselves, because I think Earth needs it.
Yeah.
That's how we live in a world that feels like heaven on earth. It genuinely does. And enough. We will not be the people who live in a caged system.
No.
We will not be the people who live a life according to rules that have been established to serve people of old.
No.
We will not be those people. Oh, wow. That felt good.
Oh, yeah, you did.
That felt good.
I feel like we spoke a lot.
I'm spoken out.
Me too. I think we need to round up and just go.
Guys, thank you so much for an amazing episode. Thank you so much for tuning in every other week. We love you. We appreciate you. All of you guys all over the world. Germany, America, Nigeria, Ghana, like from
Uganda,
A to Z,
South
Zimbabwe.
Africa.
There's always someone from a new country every single week.
The lady from Slovenia, you're still on my mind.
And we love that for us, and we love it for you guys as well. Keep supporting the podcast. We want to do
from France.
From France.
Somebody said, I think I saw a comment that from France. From Ghana as well. I saw from Ghana.
Yes, we have Ghanaians.
Yes,
we do. We love you guys. We honestly appreciate you guys. And tell us more of how we can make this a community for you guys. At some point, we will make a Patreon, but we're kind of just building at the moment, so that will come a lot later on. There's nothing else to say.
That's it.
We love you.
Take care.
Take care of yourselves.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.